what's going on, guys? Today I'm coming to you with the Punishing 1 expansion pack for X-Wings Wave 8. We're going to take a look at this thing, we're going to unbox it, and we're going to look at it and do all this cool stuff and pull it out and see what it comes with. And I'm going to show you guys how cool it looks and all of that. So, alright, we've got everything out here. First thing is, let's pull this guy out of here. Let's look at the model. There. They always pack them so tight in here. Sometimes it can be hard to get them out. All right, there it is. Look at the back there. Look at all that. That's pretty cool. I love this cannon he's got over here, right? I never even really noticed this before. It's pretty big old cannon he's got there. It's huge. I wonder if we're going to see like a quad heavy turbo laser cannon for ships, right? Very cool stuff. He is a large ship, so he's going to go on the standard large base, which he comes with. I'm going to put him on this one for right now, and I will compare him in size to the TIE Advanced that I just happen to have next to me, so you can get an idea. He's a pretty good size. He's about the size of the IG-2000, maybe a little bit larger. And there we go. Alright, so we're going to just line him up next to, see, so you can get an idea of how he feels, how he fits on the battlefield. He's, just barely bigger than a large base, but a large base ship is good for him. He would have been too big for a small base. Alright, now let's look at our stuff. Very excited about this. This is the one ship I'm probably most excited about out of Wave 8, because I really, really want to fly Dengar. I really, really do. This ship has the first asymmetrical dial, too, we're going to look at. So here's the cardboard. We've got our double Z target locks there, and double Ys, obviously. Here we got our Dengar pilot card. We've got our dial. We're going to flip it over. That's our Manaroo. This is all normal stuff. Tel, and then our generic contracted scout. Now here, take a look at the dial. Now this thing is the first one that's got different stuff. Like, you've got your one bank is white and then the one bank is green. Your basically all your turns this way are green or easier to do, and then your turns this way. And notice the white S loop right there. White S loop. First ship to ever have a white S loop. The second ship to be able to turn around basically as a white maneuver. It's huge, but only the one direction, right? Because the ship isn't, perfectly symmetrical. So it's going to really be interesting to start flying this guy, knowing that your opponent's going to know, oh, you want to clear stress? Well, I know you're going to have an easier time going this way as opposed to the other way, right? Cool stuff. Never seen this before. All right. So I'm going to start off. Wait, I usually like to start off with the weakest guy first, right? Contracted Scout, Pilot Skill 3. Look at all the stuff we get on this ship, too. And he's only 25 points. That's not bad. This ship does have a primary weapon turret, or PWT, but it has an attack of only 2. Now, people have said that this is kind of done how the Millennium Falcon maybe should have been done, because it's the title that'll boost it up. So we got 2 attack, 2 agility, kind of beefy there, 5 hull, 4 shields. We can focus, target lock, and barrel roll, which is nice on a huge ship to have an innate barrel roll. We've also got on our cheapest pilot here, we have the EPT, which is also, I think, the first time I've seen an EPT on your absolute cheapest pilot for a ship. So that's kind of cool. Or at least for a generic, I should say. The cheapest generic. All right, we got two torpedoes, so you can do extra munitions in a torpedo if you want. You've got crew. You've got astromech, or I'm sorry, the new scum astromech. And then you've got, gosh, what is that called? Illicit. Thank you. So we've got a lot of options, and it's really cool to see another astromech option, especially on a huge ship. First time we've seen something like that. So let's go look at the rest of the guys. We've got Manaroo here. Now I'm pretty sure this was Dengar's girlfriend from the story. I remember Tales of the Bounty Hunters. She had pulled Dengar out of the Sarlacc, or she helped him. I think she helped Boba Fett too. Of course, this is all legends, so it's just a nice kind of throwback to show the Sarlacc there, because it reminds me of that story, and it was a really touching love story of a bounty hunter and his woman. So her ability, at the start of the combat phase, you may assign all focus, evade, and target lock assigned to you to another friendly ship. There's no range requirement on that, so that's pretty cool. She also has an EPT. She's pilot skill 4. There's not many ways to really get her an evade token. I think the only way is with Cool Hand EPT. That one might be able to give her, if she gets stressed, she can, or if she gets, I don't know, yeah, she can discard the Cool Hand, so she can get 1 evade, maybe, but maybe there'll be more ways for Scum to get evade in the future. But very cool ship, very cool pilot ability. There's a lot of ways to make that work. Next we've got Tel Trevura. And Tel Trevura is a pilot skill 7. He also has the EPT. So every ship here has the EPT, right? Every pilot has the EPT. First time you would be destroyed, instead cancel any remaining damage, discard all damage cards, and deal 4 face-down damage cards to this ship. So basically he can cheat death 1 time. Very cool ability, although granted you only have 1 extra. You know, you can only take 1 more hit after that. But it's a very cool ability, and there's some stuff in here that will synergize well with this. Like there's a gun droid that's going to let you regenerate shields. So if you're able to survive, maybe you can regen some shields and then be a little tougher. Dengar. 33 points are another pilot. This is now the second pilot skill 9 guy we've got for Scum. So it's nice to see Scum getting some pilot skill 9s. Dengar. Once per round after defending, if the attacker is inside your firing arc, you may perform an attack against that ship. It says an attack. It doesn't have to be primary weapon attack. So you could, in theory, perform a torpedo attack or an illicit weapon attack if you wanted to. We don't really have any illicit weapons that would be a good option for something that's in your arc right now, but it's very cool. So this, you know, it's a great ability. Because it makes people think, do I really want to attack Dengar? Because he will be able to shoot back at me in addition to his normal attack. So that's huge. That is huge. He's cost 33 points. Now, you're thinking, he's still pilot skill 2. He can have, not pilot skill 2. He's still got a weapon value of 2, but I'm going to jump straight to this upgrade card, the Punishing One. Being that we just talked about the pilots. This is the Jump Master 5000 only. You can only have 1 of them. It costs 12 points. This will increase your primary weapon value by 1. Only 1 person can get it. But you throw that on Dengar. Now you've got a really tough dude. He can shoot anywhere, but if somebody shoots at him, he can shoot back right at them as long as he's facing them. So now you really have to, you know, but the S-loop makes it really easy to, you know, to maneuver him. He's going to take some getting used to, but that's huge. So let's look at the rest of this stuff now. And we've got a lot of cards in there. There's a big stack of upgrade cards, so very cool stuff. Rage! We got a picture of Bosk on there. Rage. Assign a focus token to your ship and receive 2 stress tokens. Until the end of the round, when attacking, you may reroll up to 3 attack dice. So, basically you have you know, target lock and focus for every attack you make, right? Or, well, a target lock and focus this turn. So it's a great way to get both target lock and focus without having to push the limit. But you're getting 2 stress tokens this way. So this is a great ability if you have some kind of way to shed stress. Or if you don't care about stress, like if you're Tycho Selchu, for example. Or if you have something else that's going to pull stress off, like Forlam, or the TIE-FO pilot, or somebody with Wingman. So there's just a lot of ways to make this work. And even by itself, it's not terrible. But you wouldn't want to use this by itself. You'd want to use this with something that synergizes with it. We've got 2 copies of the Atani Mind Link. And this is a Scum-only EPT. And you are going to need to use 2 of them if you want to get any benefit. Because it says, each time you are assigned a focus or stress token, each other friendly ship with Atani Mind Link will also be assigned the same type of token, if it does not already have one. So it's a great way to make one person focus and give everybody else the ability to focus. You can do this in maybe a swarm type of environment with a bunch of, if you're running like maybe a 4-ship build and everybody has an EPT, you give everybody a Atani Mind Link. If you have, you only get 2 of them in here, so you'd have to buy 2 of these to get 4. But it's a great way to give people free actions. You just run the risk of stress getting shared. Also, Plasma Torpedo, we've already seen those. Now we have World Champion Paul Heaver designed card, Boba Fett. Finally, we got a Boba Fett crew. He only costs 1. After performing an attack, if the defender was dealt a face-up damage card, you may discard this card to choose and discard one of the defender's upgrade cards. Awesome, awesome ability. It's always, it's kind of difficult to think, to try and plan a whole list around this guy, because you're going to have stress that comes out. Not stress, crits that come out that maybe a ship's almost dead anyway, and you're really worried about getting rid of one of their upgrade cards. But this is especially good against maybe Emperor Palpatine. If you get a crit through and the shuttle's still got 4 hull left, well, now, we don't have to really worry about you. We can get rid of the Emperor. Or maybe if we get a crit through on a Poe Dameron with R2-D2 and he's regenerating shields, we can take off R2-D2 if we want. Or take off a twin laser turret off of a Y-Wing, which would be really nice. Or take engine upgrade off of a boosting Falcon, or something like that. So there's all kinds of really cool ways to do this. But it's important to know that if somebody has an upgrade card that's granting them the ability to equip another upgrade card, getting rid of that first upgrade card doesn't also get rid of the second upgrade card. So, for example, if I have R2-D6 on a Y-Wing that's granting me the elite pilot talent, if you get rid of R2-D6, you're not also getting rid of my elite pilot talent. You'd have to just target the pilot talent instead of the droid. So you're not going to get any 2-for-1s this way, but still a very cool card. And at only 1 point, it's like, well, why not throw it in, because maybe we'll get a crit through. So you don't have to build around it. You can just let it supplement your build. It's a very cool card. And it would be fun, too, because you can roleplay how is he actually getting rid of that? Is he flying over on a torpedo? What is he doing? Okay, Dengar. Scum only. Now, he costs 3. When attacking, you may reroll 1 attack die. If the defender is a unique pilot, you may instead reroll up to 2 attack dice. So Dengar is effectively Predator, but in the form of a crew. And it works a little differently, but you could in theory stack him with Predator and basically just have perma rerolls for almost all of your dice. And you're almost always going to be re-rolling 3 dice that way. Almost. Very cool. Now we've got the Gonk Droid. The Gonk Droid, scum only, action. Place a shield token on this card. Action. Remove a shield token from this card to recover 1 shield up to your shield value. So he might take a little while to get going. He's good in a longer game, but I don't know if how competitive this card will be. It's nice to have the option, especially if you do have something like Push the Limit, or maybe not Push the Limit, but Experimental Interface, because you would need it to, because this isn't on your action bar. So, for stress, you could, for 2 actions and a stress, you could get a shield back in 1 turn. Or just early game, you could spend a few actions putting shield tokens on here, and then as actions later on, you could get shields. So, anything that's going to give you free actions, might be good. But it's a nice little option to have, certainly. R5P8. Now, this is my favorite. This is my favorite one this is my favorite new droid. Once per round, after defending, you may roll 1 attack die. On a hit result, the attacker suffers 1 damage. On a crit result, you and the attacker each suffer 1 damage. So, pretty low chance you'll get a crit, but a pretty good chance you can get a hit there. So, very cool ability. And synergizes really well with Dengar. Now, you really have to think long and hard about attacking Dengar, because he might hit you with that and also get to attack you back. We get 2 copies of the overclocked R4. During the combat phase, when you spend a focus token, you may receive a stress token to assign a focus token to your ship. So that's pretty cool, and especially if you have something to let you shoot multiple times. You can just keep getting, focus after focus. And there's a lot of different ways that this can combo with other cards that rely on focus. This might help people who want to run a blaster turret Y-Wing, be able to do that. Pretty cool ability. All right, we've got another copy of Feedback Array. We've seen this in the Most Wanted pack, I believe. Nice little automatic damage. And then we get two copies of Guidance Chimps. We call it guidance chimps because there was originally a typo with the article. But it's guidance chips. This is a 0-point modification. Once per round when attacking with a torpedo or missile secondary weapon, you may change one die result to a hit, or a crit if you have a primary weapon value of 3 or more. So you have a much better chance to hit now with torpedoes and missiles, and if you're and even if you're like an X-Wing or a B-Wing or a ship that normally can shoot pretty well, you have a better chance to crit now. So this is a really, really good upgrade, and this may be the last phase of the secondary weapons fix. People have been complaining about ordnance and saying it needed a fix, and it wasn't all at once. It was little things here and little things there, and I think now this might be the final thing to say, okay, you know what, ordnance is fixed now. It's very possible. The only problem is if you wanted to do it with a B-Wing and field a crew, you can't because the B-Wing, you know, crew slot is a modification. So I don't know, but Guidance Chimps is really cool. I'm glad we get 2 copies here. So it's a nice way to load up on them because people are going to want a lot of them. So I love that they give you 2 in with us. So that has been the Punishing One unboxing and review. We also have our little new rules insert here, but that's about it. So thank you for watching so much, guys. I hope you like it, and have a great day. And as always, go ahead and leave me a like, comment, and subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.